Jonestown. Paradise Lost. The horrifying true story of Jim Jones and the People's Temple. What happens when a dream of equality turns into a nightmare of death? When faith becomes control and love becomes fear? In 1978, over 900 men, women, and children died deep in the jungles of Guyana, South America, led to their deaths by a man they once called Father. This is the story of Jim Jones and the People's Temple, a movement that began with hope and ended in horror. The birth of a Messiah. Born in 1931 in rural Indiana, James Warren Jones was a strange child, fascinated by religion, death, and power. Neighbors recalled him holding funerals for animals, preaching to no one in graveyards. By the 1950s, he was preaching integration and racial harmony, rare and revolutionary for the time. He formed the People's Temple, a church that promised socialism, equality, and God's love for all. To many, he wasn't just a pastor, he was a prophet. The rise of a cult. As the civil rights movement intensified, Jim Jones capitalized on fear and hope. His church welcomed black families, the poor, the elderly. He performed miracles, staged healings, and promised a utopia on earth. But behind the scenes, he was a manipulator. Members signed over their homes, families were broken, dissidents were punished, surveillance was constant. Jones wasn't just building a church, he was building a kingdom. Jonestown, the promised land. In the mid-70s, under pressure from media investigations, Jones moved the entire operation to the jungle of Guyana, South America. He called it Jonestown, a chaos, socialist Eden. No racism, no capitalism, no enemies. But reality was far from utopian. Followers worked 12-plus-hour days in the heat. Food was scarce. Guards patrolled the perimeter with guns. Passports were taken. Fear replaced faith. They told us we were free, but we weren't allowed to leave. The mind of Jim Jones. Jones grew increasingly paranoid and addicted to drugs. He claimed the US government wanted to destroy Jonestown. He warned of race wars, nuclear attacks, and CIA plots. He practiced white nights, mass suicide drills. He made people drink fake poison. He asked, "Would you die for me?" And always, the answer was, "Yes, Father." Congressman Ryan arrives. In 1978, Congressman Leo Ryan visited Jonestown to investigate concerns from defectors and families. Initially, everything seemed fine. But within hours, temple members began slipping notes to the press. "Help us, we want to leave." Jones panicked. The illusion was shattering. He ordered the deaths of the defectors and the congressman. Ryan became the only US congressman ever killed in the line of duty. Death in the jungle. That night, November 18th, 1978, Jones ordered what he called revolutionary suicide. Mothers were told to inject poison into their babies. Children died first, then the elderly, then everyone else. Armed guards watched. Anyone who ran was shot. 918 people died. Over 300 were children. A few escaped through the jungle. The rest never left Jonestown. The aftermath. American soldiers arrived days later to a scene of unimaginable horror. Bodies stacked, faces frozen in agony. The tragedy shocked the world. How could this happen? How could so many people follow one man into death? Jonestown remains the largest intentional loss of American civilian life in a single day until 9/11. The cult mind. Jonestown teaches us not just about one man's evil, but about human vulnerability. When people are isolated, when they're made to feel special, when they're offered hope by a charismatic leader, they can be led into darkness. It wasn't just suicide, it was murder of minds before bodies. Never again. Today, all that remains of Jonestown is rubble and memory. A broken jungle site where flowers grow over graves. But the warning still echoes. Charisma is not virtue. Blind faith is not love, and paradise can become a prison. Remember Jonestown, not just as a tragedy, but as a warning. Like, share, subscribe. Heaven's Gate